What is up, loves and dudes? It's your girl, the weird, crazy, wild mom. Now, mom. So for today's video, I'm gonna take you guys a little bit back. Still this year. Well, yes, I got a surgery to remove my hernia, and I wanted to give a little backstory just in case, where did it come from or why, or I don't know, whatever. That's what this video is gonna be about, and like, a little bit of how that kind of went along. That's kind of like a mom diary, but also like telling you guys about my surgery. So if that's something you guys want to watch, then just keep watching. If you don't, then I'll see you guys on another of my videos. I thought it was my pregnancy, but it wasn't. My mom kind of this girl, my mom kind of planted that seed that that's what it could be, because a while back, I believe in 2021, I was working at a clinic. It had just opened. The doctor still hadn't had beds. That one day, though, in the morning, he had mentioned to me that the beds were going to come in. They came in, and one was left in the hallway. There was 2 hallways. One was left in the hallway, and the other one was left in the lobby. She's got it. Me not feeling good about, getting paid, and it was slow, I didn't want the doctor, I guess, or I feared. I mean, it's because it's like logic, the clinic had barely opened, so I don't even think the doctor was expecting much from me, but I didn't want to give like that impression of me. So I was like, what else can I do? I want this doctor to see that I'm willing to go above and beyond to prove my worthiness of giving value to the company, of like, I guess, not regretting of giving me the opportunity, given that I didn't have a clinical background. I've never, worked in that field. But I wanted to prove my worth, I guess, or whatever the case may be. So, however you want to label it, but that was what was going in my head. So, the going above and beyond. He had mentioned, oh, I'm gonna have my friend come and help me later on, to put the beds into their rooms. Well, throughout that day, I guess within my shift, I was like, let me try to help you out. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. And these beds are massive. I think I've already mentioned this in a previous video or somewhere in my mom diaries. I don't know, but if you're new here, I guess you don't have to look around. I'm telling you the story, but I put both beds in their rooms. Yeah, the one that was in the hallway was closer to the room that it was gonna go in, but the one that I really struggled with was the one in the lobby, because I still had to put it within the frame to make it like go into the hallway. It's pretty small, but I was like, I really took it to the max. Like this saying that one of my friends, my dear friends, had told me, and like this is it. It got stuck with me for like literally every area of my life. There's always a way. um, and I really took that literal. I pushed, I pulled, everything. Like I was on the floor, I was on my knees, it was a lot of pushing and pulling and just going way above my body limits. And yeah, so the only drastic thing that happened, like I guess a month or 2 following that in that task, was costochondritis. And for those of you guys that don't know what that is, because I didn't either, I was like, costo who? It's basically an inflammation. Probably put a better description of that, but that's what it is. And it was such an extreme pain, like extreme. I think I was still working there. So it was not months later, it was actually a couple of weeks. I got it really soon and I couldn't lay down, I couldn't sit up. It would hurt to breathe. It was such a pain, such a pain. And what I was told is that that doesn't have any cure. You just don't trigger it and you'll be fine. So I have not had that since, but I did struggle for a couple of months after that, um, of like wanting to come back, I guess, the severeness of it. But I only got like lights, or like not being able to breathe without it like hurting. And yeah, I mean, but after moving to California, like I really didn't feel that pain, which was more in the chest, or it's in the lungs. So I haven't felt that. So fast forward, I thought that was, all done and good to go until I got pregnant. And that was what, I think I was 5 months pregnant. But I started showing my belly like at 3 months. So um yeah, at 5 months when it was getting bigger, um I noticed that lump. And yeah, that's when I was told that was a hernia, but they couldn't do anything about it. Obviously, I have a child cooking in there. I did a little bit of research, and I did, read that pregnancy can cause hernia. But what makes more sense is what I had done previously, a couple years ago. So that's where I think that came from. And well, this video is going to be telling you guys, it starts the day of my like going to my surgery. So that's what I'm going to share with you guys. I just wanted to share with you guys like the possibilities of what and why, maybe. Still haven't like confirmed that's the actual like reason why. I'm just, it's a seed that was planted that I kind of feel like it would make sense, like that being the reason. But yeah, that's the little backstory about that. It was hurting, getting bloated or eating. Sometimes I'd feel like I got air, and would make me feel bloated, but it would hurt and it would be uncomfortable. The first time that I went to get it checked, they did say it was about an inch during my pregnancy, that they told me that's how big it was. So it was not a huge concern per se, like, it's an emergency, we got to do something about it now. But after my pregnancy, they did say it grew a little. So yeah, they told me to consider that. I completely like wanted to avoid it at all costs, but um given, the little bit of research that I did, that you can't really naturally heal a hernia, um that's the only way. So there I go, scheduling an appointment, and I think I scheduled it twice. That's crazy. But anyways, those are the following clips. So yeah. Good morning. This is video entry for my surgery. I feel like the previous weeks, especially the last week before today, was a lot more intense. Especially yesterday, I was just dreading it, hoping, praying somehow that the night doesn't end, to avoid it being today. Very nervous. pump again, like 2 days prior, at least for the weekend. So I was able to get something. It's not as much as I would want to, but hopefully that works for the 24 hours that I'm not gonna be breastfeeding. But yeah, one of the things, I mean, I don't know, I tend to get nervous and anxious and I'll like bite my nails, but it's been a really long time since I like bite them this much. And my other hand too, but it's just fucking crazy, bro. I've never had a surgery before, so super fucking nervous. I'm just starting to think ahead, I guess. It's funny because I read something that said the worriedness or the anxiety doesn't get you very far. And it really doesn't. What's the point of it, you know? But I mean, it's inevitable. I'm still a little bit nervous, I guess, just thinking ahead. There's just a couple of things that come to play that I was stressing about even more. Right now we're on our way, and I don't know, I guess last night I kind of started thinking how I wanted to end the day or what I wanted to feel, and it was definitely not stress. So I kind of had a little meditating moment of like redirecting my thoughts. But yeah, see how it goes. I didn't want to be stressed about it too, especially because they say that the stress really cuts down on the milk production. And if anything, these past days I've been trying to I've been taking brewer's yeast. I've been taking lactation tea because I wanted to produce more. So yeah, stress doesn't help with the milk production. So I really had to try and limit that as much as I could, especially these last 2 days. But we'll see how it goes. I will probably do another entry. I'm not sure if right after or sometime during my recovery, but we'll see. We'll see how I feel after. But yeah, well, that is it for now. I will see you guys on the next video entry. Oh my gosh, it hurts. No me hagas reír, me duele. Ow. ¿Dónde se fue Alana? ¿Dónde está? Ahí estás. ¿Dónde está? Ahí está. Ahí está. First date out of the fucking house, and you know how excited I am? Look, oh, you can't see my child, but we are both happy as fuck. They were about to leave my ass in there alone, not with Alana, alone, and we're happy as fuck. The only thing I'm experiencing right now is definitely, obviously, a little bit of discomfort, but itchiness around the fucking area. Y estoy fajada, so there we go. But even if I took it off, it's literally on the part where, like on, probably on the incision part. So even if I didn't have the faja, I still can't scratch myself because there's like cotton there. So there's that. But and then my pills make me feel dizzy as fuck.
I'll show you that.
But I wanted to film my first time out, so here we are at the super. Super excited. ¿Tú qué crees?
No, ¿quién putos aguanta, Alex?
¿Dónde le duele más?
Pito, Alex. Eso es mentira. Ay,
¿Dónde le duele más? ¿Qué parte del pie le duele más?
¿dónde pienso? No, Alex, esa chingadera no sirve. Te engañaron.
¿En qué parte le dolía?
No, todo, Alex, párate aquí para que veas, párate. Y me
Sí,
vas
a mí me duele más aquí.
aparte de que te rompes el hocico. Puras perras mentiras es esto,
Ay, no.
Alex. No, pues hay que era otra cosa. Y me estás grabando, hija de la chingada, y con la pinche cabeza como que me explotó el boiler. Ay, Alex.
A las dos. I was very anxious. It's already after my first week follow-up. And I felt like before looking at it, I was very anxious to see how it was going to look like. And honestly kept thinking that was going to determine how depressed I was going to feel. I was only aware of one hernia, and turns out they were saying that there was two, which had me question because the second one they were thinking it was my belly button, which was an outie. And that has never bothered me. That has never been an issue for me. Um, that was just how my belly button was, and I had an outie. And making it clear to the doctor that I only wanted the one that was bothering me taken care of, which was the abdominal one. So to ask what happened after, and them saying that they took care of both, was very upsetting. Because I didn't want my belly button to be messed with. I was okay with my belly button, and I didn't believe it was a hernia. So I was very upset because how can you come back from a surgery, you know? So I felt like I was gonna feel depressed once I saw it because, or if I had seen it, so I started being worried about how it was going to look if I was gonna have an ugly belly button now, um, which is very, I don't know, I was just very concerned about it. And seeing my belly for the first time in that follow up, I was very disappointed and upset, but um, and there was still a lump too, like if the hernia was there, it's just differently now, differently formed or shaped. But he clarified that that's the trauma of putting my body through a surgery. So it was still swollen. So ultimately, I did see it, and although I was not happy with how it looks, because the doctor had explained it to me, he said the incision was going to be on the side of my belly button because they were going to try to reach the one that was hurting, but also might as well, since it was there, take care of the other one. Um, so that's where I thought my incision was going to be, and it is what it is, you know? But then realizing that my incision was actually in my belly button, because to them it was easier and not noticeable that there was going to be an incision. At this point, I guess we just got to give it time and hope that, with time, um, it's looking like a belly button and not anything else. So I don't know. I still felt like I was going to feel a little depressed, but I kind of don't want to dwell in that just because, I mean, it is fresh, it is recent. So I feel like I do have to give it time. And that also explains the nerves that I feel the pain in if they did it right on my belly button, because the belly button's such a sensitive area. And gosh, I don't know, not happy, but we're just gonna wait and see. We're gonna let time tell. I know he said it jokingly, and but my partner was like suggesting I just put a sticker over it if it does end up look ugly to me. Um, and that made me think like maybe I can, maybe a little cute sticker and having that, as a form of body decor or like, you know, an accessory for my body. Didn't sound like a bad idea. It was definitely gonna look different, but also started thinking, do I really want to hide? I don't know. I feel like it's like maybe you guys might not be thinking it's big of a deal. Something very small, I can say that, but I feel like I really like my belly button. So having it go through a surgery definitely worries my physical appeal. And I guess it is what it is. That's where I'm at. I've had help from not two people, but my grandma too, and that has been very nice, very different. Also, they're different people. I definitely experienced a lot more pain within the first couple of days. The pills do help, but I'm also not a fan of taking pills, um, especially if what I had in mind was like to still feel productive, like do things that I can do laying down, which is edit for sure and read. Get into reading, like something I can do while I take care of my body and rest and have allow my family to, help is was a bit challenging, but I was making it okay in my head and well, realizing that that's nowhere near how I've been spending my days. Sucks, but I'm still overcoming these little challenges of allowing people to help me and not feeling any kind of way. It's still a challenge for me because I do feel some type of way. I feel like I at least have to do something to make up for the help that I'm receiving. Um, that's something I've been talking to my therapist about, but just allowing, I guess. But it's also different because the pills do have side effects. They do make me feel drowsy, dizzy, and they knock me out. So, what can I do when I'm knocked out? So, yeah, I haven't been really on top of my pill game. I've been kind of choosing to tolerate my pain these past few days that my grandma has been here, just because uh, it's not that I don't trust her, but I know she, could use some help. So I'll tolerate the pain instead of taking the pills just because it's gonna knock me out. To avoid that, I won't take them so that if there is something that I can do that my grandma can't, um, I'll do it. I mean, it's been it's been easy for the most part. Like she'll do it, but like, why do I want to put my grandma through something that's already hurting her? And like she was explaining or expressing that bending over like really hurts. She'll do it if she must, but and she'd rather she do it than me. Obviously, um, can't really do those movements quite yet. She'll rather do it, but like she's in pain. um, I feel like right there we're kind of like the same. Like I was recommended I shouldn't do it, but I'll do it in a different way if I must as well. Like, having the same approach to my as my grandma. So I don't know. It's been, you know, I feel like we're helping each other just because of what my grandma's going through and obviously my recovery phase as well. So it's different too. Um but we're gonna try. This is just week one. I'm gonna really try to um, see if I can really tolerate the pain so that I don't have to take the pills, so that I don't experience those side effects, and I can just do little things that I would want to do. And I mean, I I feel like I can tolerate pain. Up like out of 10, probably like an 8, tolerate it and just really tough it out. But I feel like I can take pain, and I put myself through that just to avoid any medication. I'm more of a natural type of gal. So, yeah, we'll see how that goes. I mean, the pain levels have decreased for sure, but I still feel like I need that assistance, because obviously it's also healing through the inside. Yeah, that is the update. And well, yeah, we'll see you guys on another entry. I will see you guys on a different video or on a different entry on a different day. Hope you guys are good. Okay, bye. Okay, well, first of all, you might hear my daughter in the background, so don't mind her. But what I did want to mention is that feeling like I was already in a way, well, to be honest with you guys, since my pregnancy, I'm not gonna lie, um, I did get a little lost, as in, like, feeling like I was drifting from myself and losing myself in this whole pregnancy. So that also involved me, like, not being as social and just not feeling like my full self. So already feeling like I'm in I'm like I don't go out as much as I would like to. um Definitely hit even harder in my mental health when I was limited with the things that I was able to do as well. So it ended up turning into, like, going out, but like keeping it limited for 2 hours and whatnot. So kind of tolerating the pain so that I don't have to take it while I'm enjoying a little outgoing. Because obviously the side effects were going to kick in, and that's no way to like go out. But I had to limit it, and I chose that because it was affecting me mentally, and I felt like I needed to go out because it was just gonna add on to what I was already previously feeling, which I kind of didn't want. And obviously it was a lot more helpful when my mom would come, and she would help with my daughter and the dog, to be able to take them out to the park. And we have parks close by where I live, so just even doing that, and that's what started coming in, like the little go outs. And once it hit July, I would still go out here and there, but just for my mental state of mind, I really needed these outgoings. And the biggest outgoing that I did was definitely going to celebrate my mom's birthday, in which, in that case, I still need to take the pills, but I didn't want that to keep me from being able to celebrate or be there for my mom. And well, that's what happened, and kind of made me happy that I was able to make that trip along with my little family, because Vegas felt like home for me. It felt like home for me, and I was really grateful that I was able to see a few friends. I think from the closest friends that I really hold so close to my heart, um, I think I missed like two friends of not being able to see them, but like I was really happy with that family outgoing, and just being in Vegas again really made me realize how at home I felt, especially being there back in Vegas with my little family. It just felt even more at home. I should literally say a lot, but I was very grateful. It was something very much needed, and just reminded me how freaking sure I am that I just need to leave California. I'm ready. I'm ready for that. But only God knows when. His timing is divine, and it's in the right moment, so I shall be patient. But anyways, it's over the past 3 months. I'm going back into physical therapy. again, and I still experience definitely pain and hurt, como que me quieren dar calambres ahí. So that's painful, but we're still here, we're still going. If you guys have any questions, please drop them down below. But that's all I have for you guys today. I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.